lost the urge to experiment.
Oh, every time you touch me, I go out of my mind. Let me die. Let me die.
Her brain kept alive by experimental science, by a man whose abnormal passions inspired him to try the impossible.
I brought her back. She'll live and I'll get her another body.
So what of her soul? How can you make of her an experiment of horror?
His mad ambitions and desires threaten every woman possessing an attractive body. Girls whose measurements make them beauty contest participants. Professional figure models such as this. All are prey to his distorted desires.
What's locked behind that door?
Horror. No normal mind can imagine. Something even more terrible than you.
Horror has its ultimate, and I'm that.
Behind that door is the sum total of Dr. Courtney's mistakes.
He intends to kill somebody. To rob them of their body. We've got to stop him.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Don't thank me. Thank the ghost that lays the golden egg. Good work, Goldie. Keep it up.
So that's where he gets it.
That's all today, Goldie.
Please help an old lady who's cold and hungry. Let me come in and warm myself.
Look out! It's Captain Kidd. Quick, Goldie! Run for your life!
Sure, I'm Captain Kidd. And I want that goose.
Open the door! Let me in! Open the door!
Okay, pal.
You leave my goose alone, you big bully!
Tough guy, huh? I takes what I wants and I wants what I takes, huh?
We take what we want and we want what we take, for we're pirates of nothing but treasure. If we see any gold, we steal it away, robbing widows and orphans of pleasure. We fight with our mates and we
Avast there, you lubbers! Man, our fortune's made. I've got the goose that lays the golden eggs.
take what we want and we want what we take, for we're pirates out hunting for treasure. If we see any gold, we steal it away, robbing widows and orphans of pleasure. We fight with our mates and we cut and shoot. We're mean and we're bad from our hats to our boots. We take what we want and we want what we take, for we're pirates out hunting for treasure.
Poor Goldie, poor Goldie. What'll I do? What'll I do?
Come on now. What a dozen eggs. You better hurry up with those eggs. All right, then. I'll help myself. From stem to stern. Why, you little...
At San Quentin, he foretold the terrible, unimaginable future.
I'm gonna kill you, you sick-headed ape. You're gonna die tomorrow.
Indestructible, because the scientific experiment that brought him back from death made his skin as tough as armor and released every killer's instinct stored up in his demented mind. Spawn of science, he begins an irresistible campaign of vengeance, terrorizing the men whose lying testimony had sent him to the gas chamber, torturing the burlesque dancer who once had loved him and now wanted to divert him from his path of hate.
You're free to go, Mr. Lowell. Once out on those streets and I'm a dead man. If you let me go, you'll be responsible for murder. You know the butcher threatened to kill me.
the 700 miles of underground drains of the city of Los Angeles that were his hideout, he held a world at bay. Bullets bounced off him. Rockets couldn't halt him. Flamethrowers couldn't destroy him.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, everybody.
Woo!
Welcome. Woo! Is right. It is summer.
It's summer.
Welcome to summer, everybody.
Yeah, happy summer. It's officially summer here on the show. Maybe the seasons aren't quite there by what the technical people say, but for us, we're already in summer mode. You can tell by look at Evan's shirt. Look at that.
Look. I've been doing a lot of thinking about summer today, and I think summer's really about like a state of mind. You got to get into summer.
Right.
It's not just a season. It's a lifestyle.
It's a state of mind. What an astute observation to start off season 14, Evan. And the reason that we are celebrating summer all of season 14 is because we're keeping up the tradition. Our third year in a row, it's our Summer of Schlock Strikes Back. Woo! Oh, wrong button. There we go. Yeah. Look at him. Look at what it is. It's. You better look out. Yeah, he's gonna get. But yes, it is the Summer of Schlock Strikes Back. Our wonderful, wonderful time of the year to cut loose, kick back, and watch just really cheesy, campy,
ridiculous,
movies.
Just fun, summery movies.
Yes, it's
pop up some popcorn. This is got some quick popcorn flicks
all summer long, and we're happy to be watching that with all of you, everybody that's here tonight. The chat is jumping. It's popping. See, we got Sears, Kathy, Joe, Scott. Hope y'all are all doing well on this Friday. We're back here. You know, as you know, we took last week off to do Wheel of Movies, which was a lot of fun, and got to enjoy some Poverty Row, which was nice.
Yeah, we had a fun noir
last
week.
Yeah, which we don't get a lot of noir, so that's the beauty of Wheel of Movies.
We almost had a musical.
We did. I was really worried about that for a second, but luckily I was spared.
Yeah,
so.
Sorry to any musical fans in the audience.
Yeah, I know. One of these days, I'm just gonna have to suck it up.
I thought it would have been fun.
They are fun. And I don't hate all musicals, but it just depends. But and do we? I don't know. Do we have any musicals this?
Are there any public domain horror musicals in existence?
We'll see.
That's a lot of overlapping, Venn diagram circles.
It's true, but we will see a trailer for one that's not public domain, but is a horror movie musical later this evening. Because again, I try to keep it schlocky with everything during the summer. The trailers, most of these schlocky movies, there's always a connection to another batch of schlocky movies. The filmmakers and the actors never do just one. There's usually a trail to follow. So that's why
a schlocky career.
Schlocky career, that's right. And some iconic people had careers being Schlockmeisters, and we'll get a few of those this season. And so looking forward to that. But of course, we're kicking off tonight's Summer of Schlock with a movie that is, I think the past 2 Summer of Schlocks, I have started off with movies that have been referred to as some of the worst movies of all time, so bad they're good. Of course, the first was Manos, The Hands of Fate, which, I mean, that kind of speaks.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun, but that's certainly not the most technically to the line film.
Not known for being a good movie.
No, not known for being a good movie. So then the next season, we follow that up with The Beast of Yucca Flats, which, again, if you remember, was certainly not what you would call a necessarily coherent movie.
The Beast was kind of just a man, wasn't he?
An atomically radiated man, I believe, and a narrator that never went away.
Lot of atomic schlock out there.
Right, and so that's, Evan, you're spot on. That's how we're bridging the gap between our Summers of Schlock, because we're sticking with the atomic theme and a movie that maybe, while it's not considered one of the worst of all time on the level of the 2 previous Summer of Schlock premieres, this is certainly a movie that a lot of people would say fits in that realm. And it is entitled Monstrosity. And this is an independent mad scientist movie, which was shot in 1960, released in 1963. And it's basically about, I guess you could, if you wanted, you could call it a very loose modern take on elements of Frankenstein mixed in with just B-horror conventions.
So you're saying it's a modern Prometheus.
Right, exactly. That was the goal, a modern Prometheus. And so we've got brain transplants, which that's actually a little controversial to that, the relation of Frankenstein. We're going to get into that later. But we're going to have some brain transplants and body snatching, and a prominently featured feline. So we're gonna get some cat action tonight.
Okay.
You gotta love any time that an animal actor can kind of steal the spotlight. So I think we may have that tonight with Xerxes the cat. His only role, unfortunately, as far as I can find. So, but we're looking forward to it. What else we're looking forward to is as always, Evan pairs a delicious cocktail with the evening's film. I see Alana's in the house. Welcome, Alana. Seer summoned you. Evan has always taken this time of year to go out there with the cocktails.
Right.
And so I think Evan's gonna bring it back home with a retitled segment. What time is it, Evan?
Why, it's Schlocktail Hour.
There it is, Schlocktail Hour.
Schlocktail Hour, everybody. It's back. It's back. By popular demand. It's I really hope everybody else has been just anticipating the summer as much as I have, because this really is when I do just have some fun. We're gonna throw some stuff at the wall and we're gonna see what sticks. And
literally, maybe in some cases.
Maybe literally, because I was telling Garrett before the show. So I've already got like a whole slate. I've basically got half the season's recipes already done, and usually I do it on like a week by week kind of basis, where like I'll see the movie, then think of the thing, and I'm doing it kind of backwards this time. And so luckily, we've got some elements of body horror, I believe, in store for tonight. Because tonight's drink is called the Snot Rocket. Keeping it body horror. So I had the idea the other day to just, how can we make a really thick drink? Like, how thick can we push it?
Right. Yeah. That's a dangerous game to play, sir.
How can we have like a glass full of snot? And you know, there's different ways. There's different things you can add that'll thicken up like a beverage. If you're like crazy, you could put like flour or cornstarch in, like you're making gravy. I didn't do that. You could. I've heard some people use xanthan gum. Like that'll give you a nice thick thing, or like unflavored gelatin is, you know, that's a pretty commonly used one. But what I decided to go with this. It seems like we're getting some apprehension from the audience.
Yeah, I mean, Evan, come on, let's face it. They've been trashing the cocktail before we even started tonight. Okay, let's be real.
Yeah. So the thing is, this it's actually like an established cocktail ingredient. Like there are plenty just actual recipes that just straight up call for egg whites. So that's what we're gonna go with, and I figure, you know. Eggs, that's kind of a body thing, and snot, that's kind of a body thing.
Sure, absolutely.
It's sticky, right? It's all protein.
Right, 100%.
So that's what we're gonna do. The snot rocket, if you dare to make your own at home, is made with vodka, melon liqueur, lime juice, mint syrup, marshmallows, and egg whites. And we're just gonna I shook up the marshmallows first. I didn't want to. I wasn't sure if like I could overshake egg whites. Like I was a little afraid I was gonna make an omelet in my cocktail shaker here.
Yeah, you gotta
so
look
I
out
shook
for
up the
that.
marshmallow and just like melted it in the vodka and the lime juice first, and then I added everything else.
Okay.
So it should have a nice frothy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, look at that froth! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Snot straight out of the. Oh, Jesus!
I thought about doing this one as a shot, but
no, I'm here for the full
glass
cocktail.
Full of shot.
I'm here for
Good
it.
grief!
That looks amazing. Let's see, we've got a few more people in the chat. Ty and JK and Mof. Hope y'all are doing well this evening. We got the schlock tails on deck. Look at that. I mean, that's. Does it look like?
Is it thick? It's a little thick.
It looks.
It's got some tackiness.
It has
to
a decent consistency, I would say.
Well, I say we give it a shot. We're gonna blast off into summer with the snot rocket, everybody. So, cheers.
Cheers. That's really good.
That actually is really good.
I don't think this is an appropriate word, but there's like a heartiness to it at first. There's like a full. There's something about, I think, the egg whites and everything that it's just
like it's such a smooth. It has such a smooth mouthfeel.
That and the marshmallow. I think the marshmallow.
The marshmallow too. Yeah, it really just rolls on down your tongue. That's pretty darn good. If I do say so myself.
It is delicious. This is actually going to be perfect to pair with tonight's film. It's a thick, sticky, but surprisingly fun. So I think maybe that's what we're gonna get with Monstrosity tonight. But yes, Evan, when he sent me the recipe for this, I said it's unhinged, and I love it. And that's
what we're going for this summer. We're gonna get real crazy with it.
I love it. And I mean, and the Midori is always an interesting ingredient because it can really dominate the cocktail. But I think everything kind of balances out.
Yeah, the lime and the mint. Kathy, it could be thicker, and I think the next time we do it, I might add more egg white. I want it
let's see.
Really thick.
I mean, hey, this is a mad scientist movie, so if there was ever a movie to experiment with the cocktails as we go along, I think this is the one.
And if you really want it thick at home, maybe try the xanthan. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, if we have some mad scientists out there, get brave with it. Go. You got to go where no other scientist has gone before. That's the whole point of being a mad scientist.
The spice aisle is, I think, where this sells it.
The spice aisle. Yeah. You find everything you need there. But yes, we are excited to see what the mad science experiments are in store for us this evening. We're very excited. And this is a movie that, and I have a DVD of that. It's funny. I've like to show my DVDs, but it's out of reach. So I'll show it later.
So stay tuned for the break.
But again, as a kid, I got gifted a lot of these public domain DVDs. So
have you seen tonight's?
So I have it's been on. I've put it I think I got the DVD when I was 8, and so I would play the movies. But I wouldn't always pay attention, I'd get distracted, because I was 8, so it's go start playing with toys or something, because it'd be on the TV. So I get bits and pieces, but this is not one that I really absorbed. So I kind of know some of what's gonna happen, but haven't really a solid memory of it.
Okay, so it'll be like the first time.
It will, hopefully it will be. And this movie's interesting because it was released to TV under the title The Atomic Brain. So some of you may have seen it before under that title. It's the same movie, it's just, different title.
AKA.
And, we'll see which title's more appropriate. I like them both. But, and again, this, in our pre-roll coming into this, we saw a trailer for Indestructible Man, which is a movie we've seen on this show before. And tonight's film comes from the same filmmakers, the same producers and writers. An interesting team, which we'll talk more about later. We'll do as we always do. We'll get into the crew behind the movie, the cast behind the movie. There's some interesting movie connections that are going to be fun to get into tonight. That's the beauty of schlock horrors. You never know who pitched in or lent a hand, and suddenly it's and 10 years later they went on to win an Academy Award for some other random thing that was not their role in the movie. You never know, but that's why I love these movies.
You never know what kind of connection.
Yeah, researching the facts. So looking forward to it, and of course I have to preface as always with some of these, and it's kind of crazy it happens with the schlockier movies, but with some of our schlockier movies, there's maybe a higher percentage chance that we get interrupted by YouTube Content ID, because any schlock movie that was shown on Mystery Science Theater at any time tends to get flagged as being the Mystery Science Theater episode, even though it's just the movie. That's why we've been interrupted a lot. And then I'll put in a dispute, and they'll release the claim because it's clear, this is not that. So if we get interrupted,
it's a different show, okay?
It's a completely different show. If we get interrupted, we'll go over to Twitch. And our Twitch links are all over our YouTube page, maybe even the description for this video. So definitely jump over there with us. You don't need an account. And it's, if you want to chat, you need an account. But if you just want to watch. But fingers crossed. But I wanted to go ahead and tell everybody in case we didn't get interrupted. And let us know in the chat, please. Anything before we get into tonight's movie, Evan?
Why didn't I call my segment Sinks Drinks?
Sinks Drinks. Whoa. I mean, I like that. It's a pretty good name. But come on, you're just killing the names. I think you're just proving that you could every segment name you could come up with would be a winner. Yeah.
We're gonna have another one. We're gonna just do 2 drinks a week.
Can't get enough. Gotta be making drinks. I love it. Well, this is gonna be a delicious schlock tale to enjoy with hopefully a very schlocky film. Well, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of Monstrosity right now.
Outwitted. Is the secret of eternal life just around that corner? Today, medical science patches up mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin.
Where's the
eyes,
child, Joe?
limbs, even vital organs. Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain?
Yeah,
Many
JK, where
scientists
is
answer
the
yes,
child?
but they
Where's
pause
the
and add a grim warning.
Oh, there's
For in the ancient folk legends, tales are told of blood-sucking vampires, crawling out of graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims. Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities,
Oh, he
worse
said
than
it.
the vampires of legend?
Kind of.
Will ruthless men and women of great wealth and power greedily buy or steal the living bodies of the young and beautiful, so their brains may live on forever? Such questions may seem fanciful, but at this very moment, scientists are working on the answer to brain transplantation, and human bodies are used.
Brain
This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday. Only a few hours ago, her body was stolen.
They're
By Dr. Otto
they're
Frank,
pushing the code here. The
and
code
brought
was
to this
still
hidden
in effect.
laboratory. He has grafted a living animal's brain into this newly dead body.
William in the
If the
house. Welcome,
experiment
William.
works, the next step will be the transplantation of a human brain. The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission produced in the cyclotron.
Ooh.
We're gonna put a cat's brain in this lady. Just see what happens.
Don't you love that? That's what
Has he found the way
these
to
scientists
outwit
feel like
death?
they've got to do with the
Or has
experiments.
he created another
Human brains and
monstrosity?
Wow.
uh-oh.
Drop.
She didn't make it. Toast in the house. Welcome, Toast. Somebody's. Or is it, you think this is the night watchman or somebody skulking around the graveyard?
I thought that was a real deer for a second.
I wasn't sure at first, but I was like, nah, it's got to be some kind of ornament. Okay. Cool little shot.
Deep below, Dr. Frank takes the chance of smashing his way into a newly sealed vault. His experiments cannot continue without another body.
Dr. Frank and Dr. Stein.
Dr. Frank, I decided to drop the Einstein.
The watchman's mind was not on body snatchers, just his usual nip.
Do we need a narrator for this? What's... I understand what's going on.
How else would we understand? How would we know? He's just here for his evening nip.
Like, somebody's not going to find you chiseling into this mausoleum. Okay, hell yeah. Doc's got a monster.
Inside the vault, the
Sidekick.
body waits.
Are there two watchmen? Or is that the doctor? Oh, it's the doctor.
This is one of the doctor's mistakes, a monstrosity. An animal's brain grafted to a human body.
But why,
Leaving the dead
though?
watchman, the monstrosity carried the girl's body out of the vault. It fears and obeys one master, Dr. Frank.
We put the world's smartest dog's brain in the body of the world's dumbest man.
Do you know how many kennel awards this dog has won?
We put this purebred brain in this mutt body.
For fun.
He turned this guy into an orc. Like Dr. Saruman.
I mean, hey, why not?
He's got a little staff, cane thing.
What do we? So is this like a Master and Torgo type situation?
Oh God, I hope so. Have we seen this guy's legs?
We are going out to a deserted.
Does he have goat legs?
If only. Nice. Evil medical school. That's right. They're the only ones bold enough to be teaching brain transplantation. What a house. Got really quiet all of a sudden.
Here beneath the old mansion, the doctor carefully prepared for another transplant. This body had been in the vault for only a few hours. Chances seemed better this time. Still, Dr. Frank was doubtful. Tissue in dead bodies deteriorates rapidly. Where were the live, fresh bodies he'd been promised? He bitterly resents that every step forward depends on the whim of a miserly old woman brooding upstairs in her bedroom.
Nice. Money's got to come from somewhere.
And Hetty March wonders. Has she been a fool, squandering money on this strange experiment? Money hoarded through a long, greedy lifetime, each day more money, each day death getting closer. Ah, but to start life again in a brand new body, beautiful and young, no price can be too high for that. Can she really trust the doctor? Can she really trust anyone? Hasn't everyone tried
again, the syndrome
wanting
of
her money while they smiled at her
producers
ugliness?
who don't think the movie's
But
going
they
to
never
work
got a
unless,
penny.
you know,
how she made
people aren't
them
going to get it. We got to have narration.
Especially this old fool, companion and gigolo. How many years she's kept him dangling on promises. Well, sometimes it's convenient to have a man, especially when he comes cheaper than servants.
Is that the Austrian girl?
Lionel Rhodes, 18, no family, pleasing personality, whatever that might mean. Thick ankles, pimply face, but she always smiles when she's spoken to, very likely.
Well, application forms for a servant girl don't usually include bust, waist, and hip measurements. All three will be here tomorrow, and then you can choose.
Early this evening at Greenhaven Cemetery, the body snatchers brutally murdered night watchman Robert Payne, 62, who evidently interrupted his killers during their ghoulish task. His neck was broken. The imprint of a huge pair of hands was found on his throat. It's the opinion of the police that the same gang that has previously...
Ring for Dr. Frank.
Absolutely ghoulish.
So that's
this is
what
the work of the
doing.
Big Hands gang.
Could only have been accomplished by someone with very large hands. Dr. Frank. And let's just leave it at that. Let me be Frank. Actually, his name is Dr. Otto Frank, okay? Not the Otto Frank. God, he looks like he needs to be walking around Chernobyl.
Lower her into the radiation pit.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? No, you don't have your protective equipment on. You can't come in there.
Maybe he doesn't actually need it. He just likes how it looks.
More of this hocus pocus, Eddie.
The doctor transplanted a brain from a live dog to a dead human body. You saw the creature walk out of that cylinder alive.
How many failures since then? Still, it's your money.
You're damn right it is.
Bodies must be fresh. This specimen is excellent.
And the police are looking for the body snatcher.
Don't you hit me in my lap.
Trying to blaze a trail to our door? The final test was essential for your protection. As for the police, if they come here, I hit this switch, a nuclear reaction is set off. Close the circuit breaker, and in a matter of minutes, this house and any evidence it might contain becomes a radioactive hole in the ground.
Be careful.
We can wait for that until after your operation.
Well, nothing must go wrong.
Did he just say he has a
no
self-destruct
sign of
button
life.
for the house?
What?
Like a nuke the house button?
Yeah, well, why not, right? Every good mad scientist lab has got one. You have to. Why? I don't know, but you have to.
In this house, we don't call 911.
We just hit the button. Push the button.
Do you think this is going to be a Chekhov's button?
I think so. I think it's safe to say yes.
It lacks but one thing. The brain. Hans was still living when he was dragged from that wrecked car. That's why we succeeded with the transplant.
She seems alive.
She is, to a limited extent. She'll be able to move around, but the brain deterioration is too extensive for thought processes.
Don't tap on the glass. It freaks her out.
She's got enough reflexes to, you know, I mean, did he put a cat brain in, or a dog brain in her already? She just brought her back to life.
I'm not sure.
She's a zombie. Okay. Why are we getting this quirky music?
Airport cell phone.
Say, pardon me, but how far is Hollywood from here?
A secret code phrase?
All right, let's see. 16 kilometers, about 10 miles. Which way? That way. Are you going to Hollywood? No such luck. I'm what's known as a born domestic. For the next 12 months, I'll be scrubbing floors and making beds. But when my time's up, Hollywood will look out. That's strange. A foreign domestic agency paid my passage, too. I'm from Vienna, Austria. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm from England. No. Is this your first trip? Yes. I'm awful excited.
Por favor. I know speak English very good.
So none of these women are playing like the nationality of their have the nationality of the characters they're playing. It's pretty painfully obvious with our British character, especially. Yeah, where's the narration? I don't know what's going on right now.
This sounds like a sister act.
Sister act. Let's
go. Nina Road?
Yes, sir.
Anita Gonzalez? Beatrice Mullins, eh?
That's right. Are you Mr. March?
No,
I work for Mrs. March. Come along.
3 new bodies.
There we
fresh,
go.
live, young bodies. No families or friends within thousands of miles. No one to ask embarrassing questions when they disappear.
God dang Hertz, dude. Hertz has never gone away. Hertz has been around forever. Those are Hertz rent-a-car, man. What an institution.
Victor wondered which one Mrs. March would pick. The little Mexican, the girl from Vienna, or the buxom blonde. Victor knew his pick, but he still felt uneasy. Making love to an 80-year-old woman in the body of a 20-year-old girl, it's insanity. Still, Hetty's plan to transfer her fortune to the new body had been brilliant. Unpleasant to think of what was going to happen to these girls, but a man has to consider his own future. What would happen to him?
Yeah,
if
driving
Hetty
down the
would have
road
passed
shots,
him off after all
Manos,
these
for
years?
sure. We just need a love theme going on. That's all we need.
Warm welcome, they hang out.
Well, there's your new home, girls.
Gives me the shivers. Aren't there any neighbors?
No.
Are there any other servants?
No, but
JK, the dialect
don't think you're
is-
going to find it boring.
Is English by way of Los Angeles. It's not. Oh, this movie definitely did not have the budget for that. Yeah, Scott, they had to keep their options open. Oh,
The Wolfman?
Wolfman's running around. Whatever I guess he's got like a dog brain, right?
Yeah.
This
Dog
dog.
likes to chase cars.
Yeah, right?
Daytime?
You be the judge.
It was a really long drive.
It's definitely night, bro. It's definitely night. Uh-oh. Look at that cat. It's just walking down the straight middle of the stairs. It's taking
Cat on the stairs. Now you're talking my language.
What a jolly little place this is.
All right, I'm digging that shot.
Now, hurry along. Hurry up. Now go.
You didn't see anything.
Old lion paint.
It's very I mean, I don't know. There's no theme that I'm seeing tying together with the decor here.
Put down your luggage.
You go first. Sally's in the house. Welcome, Sally.
Turn round. Slowly. Get the doctor. Get the doctor.
Was he just hanging out in that chamber?
This is my thinking room.
I like to hang out in here sometimes, you know, just to think and stuff.
As with the other bodies stolen from cemeteries, the nerve endings of the brain were too far gone to receive a proper transplant. The experiment had failed to produce anything more than a walking, breathing, zombie-like creature. But the doctor permitted her to wander about the laboratory.
A
She was
werewolf
quite harmless
and a zombie?
at times, even amusing.
Is it safe to have a
Charming,
zombie
isn't it?
wandering around your laboratory?
Did you
Why
want
not?
something? Mrs. March is waiting for you. The girls have arrived.
She's not eating flesh
She
yet.
doesn't have a brain. Might be advantages.
I just thought she was going to knock over the glass.
I want them examined immediately.
Very well. This way.
Jeez, just not wasting any. Don't let him get settled or anything.
Victor, the doctor can conduct the examination perfectly. What an old spoil sport I am. Have you disconnected the phone? Can't I depend on you for anything? Won't it be nice when those girls start calling police, employment agencies, immigration authorities, consulates?
There will be no phone calls.
And that is going to take us to our first break. It snuck up on me. I forgot how short of a movie this was.
It's moving.
It's moving. So that, I mean, that's the first third of Monstrosity. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
I'm having fun. I'm liking this. I'm liking this, this evil old lady.
Right. Yeah, isn't it, like, you don't often think about, like, how's the mad scientist getting their funding? Who's behind this? Like,
I wouldn't expect a schlocky summer movie like this to have the answer, but it does.
It does. Some greedy old lady that doesn't want to give up her wealth, so she's gonna steal a younger woman's body. I mean, that's wild, right? I mean, that's a hell of a story. But yeah, they set it up pretty fast. It's been.
These girls are effectively kidnapped at this point.
Yeah, they're right. You can and you can tell by the look on their faces they know it too.
Yeah, it's like oops.
As soon as they're like, all right, the doctor's gonna examine you, or like, fuck.
We should have left. We shouldn't have commented.
We should have known as soon as we were driving around in the middle of nowhere that this was not going to turn out well. Yeah, I mean it is it's an interesting plot, and we'll talk more about that plot device of brain transplants later in the show. But this movie, I mean, it's clearly like a very cheesy, late 50s, early 60s sci-fi horror film, right? We've already had some kind of werewolf light creature, and now we've got a zombie in the mix.
Not really a wolf man, like a dog man.
Yeah, I guess he's got a dog's brains. Dog man. And then a zombie. So, hey, to go ahead and get that in the first act, like, I'm here.
Got a dog man and a zombie. It's not too bad.
Not too bad. But I mean, that's, obviously the filmmakers are leaning into the just kind of over the top elements, and mixing in, atomic experiments, whatever Dr. Frank is up to. But, again, this is one of those, like, movies where you had a bunch of filmmakers coming together who are already making a bunch of cheesy sci-fi and horror films, like, throughout the 1950s. And after tonight's film, like I said earlier, the producers and writers were behind Indestructible Man, which is, pretty decent Lon Chaney monster movie with a little bit of mad science mixed in, but not a lot. It's mostly just Chaney rampaging around, killing people brutally. It's a lot of fun.
Throwing a guy like 30 feet.
Yeah, like he's nothing. Throwing him clear over that stairway. It was pretty great. But it's funny because this kind of proved to be the last effort in filmmaking for a lot of those people that had made Indestructible Man before this. The main guy who was kind of the producer behind this, Jack Pollocksfin? Jack Pollocksfin had, he produced this, and he, I think, worked on the script, but it was mainly written and produced by Vi Russell and Sue Wiggins, and they also wrote and helped produce Indestructible Man. So, you know, and it's funny because these two women actually did a lot more than just like script and produce. They also handled props. They did wardrobe. They Sue Wiggins was script supervisor, and she was a camera assistant. So, you know, obviously these were very motivated.
Kind of Jills of all trades.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right. And they were actually both the wives of cinematographers who were working for more established Hollywood outfits. Vi Russell's husband was the cinematographer for Psycho. So, which was produced just before this film was produced. You know, so they were obviously really motivated. And Wiggins went on to be like a production secretary for like Deliverance and E.T. and French Connection. Yeah, I mean, she was involved in big movies. So, you know, these were very motivated people. And, you know, Pollexfen, before this, he had spent the 50s making sci-fi horror films. Man from Planet X was a movie that he wrote and produced, which is directed by Edgar G. Ulmer, who directed the film we watched last week, Strange Illusion. And he also directed Bluebeard and all that, you know, a lot of other Black Cat, other movies. Another cat movie. But he also did The Neanderthal Man, and then the movie he did before this, but after Indestructible Man, was Daughter of Dr. Jekyll. And that's the first trailer we're going to see during the break. And it looks... I have not seen Daughter of Dr. Jekyll, but it looks very cheesy. So, go figure. But this ended up being the last movie that Pollexfen produced. And he actually stepped in to direct some of it after he fired the original director, Joseph Maselli. And this is actually the only film that Joseph Maselli directed. He was more experienced as a cinematographer. It's funny because he really didn't shoot that many movies, and he didn't shoot a lot of big movies. But he ended up writing a book later on called The 5 C's of Cinematography, which is like kind of has been a go-to manual like still to this day. It was written in the 60s, and it's people still kind of, you know, will go back to it. But this was the only movie he directed, and the other films that he shot were cheesy B movies made by people who have produced things we've seen on this show. Wild Guitar, which was made by Arch Hall and Arch Hall Jr., the guys that did EGA and The Sadist. He also shot another film that Arch Hall Sr. produced, which is the second trailer that we're going to see, which is The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed-Up Zombies.
Mixed-up zoggies.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised I even was able to get that whole title out.
It's a great title.
It is a ridiculous title. And we, you know, this is a movie I wish was public domain, but this is billed as the first horror musical. I believe they say that in the trailer. Yes. So, and The Horror of Party Beach, which is, that might have actually been released before Incredibly Strange Creatures. And it billed itself as a horror musical. So there's some debate about what the first one was, but that film like claimed to it. But yeah, that's Maselli, you know, those were the movies that he shot, and then he wrote this manual that became kind of a go-to for people trying to learn cinematography. So just goes to show you, even if you're working in schlock and B-movie making, regional filmmaking, you can still
have something to say.
You can still have something to say and make a difference. So That's why we love these movies. But yes, we're gonna get these trailers for The Daughter of Dr. Jekyll and Incredibly Strange Creatures. ... I'm not gonna say the rest. So enjoy these two trailers. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Daughter of Dr. Jekyll, yearning for love and discovering on the eve of her marriage the monstrous inheritance that was her birthright of fear.
Oh, I still shudder when I recall that face, like some perverted mask of evil out of a legend of horror.
Then you saw him, Miss Hyde?
Once, at the very last, just before the mob caught him. They almost tore him to pieces. The villagers broke into this tomb and drove a stake through his heart.
Daughter of Dr. Jekyll, terrified that she become the disfigured thing that was her father, a vampire drawing sustenance from bestiality.
I've got to get a stake and drive it through my heart and bury me beside my father.
Well, do it! Do I have to kill myself? If you love me, please kill me!
Look, then run for your life. Incredible is the word for the world's first monster musical. See in magnificent Eastman color, the daring, dancing, enticing, and horrifying, the incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed-up zombies. From the innocence of music and laughter comes the twilight of terror. Along the midway, scantily clad dancers luring the young lovers into the sideshows.
Choo choo. Shook out a shake. She gets a shook out a shake.
See the dancing girls of the carnival murdered by the incredible night creatures of the midway.
I only know that something evil lies ahead for me.
An unspeakable pit of dismal subhuman monsters who drool and gibber, moaning for the thrill of revenge. Incredible are the songs, the gaiety, the zombie stomp of those who will stop living. And then the mix-up, trickery, and the device to ruin. See the hunchback of the midway fight a duel of death with the mixed-up zombies, turning men into monsters, twisted, tormented human vultures, yearning to kill. Incredible creatures clutching at the thin thread of their miserable lives. Human vultures, only the weird zombies remain.
Obey.
Who is the woman branded in birth wearing the wart of horror?
Do as Madame Estrella said.
The world's first monster musical. The incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed-up zombies.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for Daughter of Dr. Jekyll and The Incredibly Strange Creatures, etc., etc.
Yeah, hope y'all didn't get too mixed up.
Right, yeah. No, that's very, very, very disorienting. Musical and horror? I can't fathom it. No, and I've tried to watch it before, but I don't think I really paid attention to it. But
oh, dude, here's an idea: Blair Witch the musical.
Ooh, okay. Hey, speaking of musicals, that
Broadway.
A musical was actually made, adapted from tonight's film in
Really?
2010. There was yeah, some of these like cult horror films, it just is a thing. Like I think The Brain That Wouldn't Die has a musical. Manos may have a musical. Some of these movies, just people decide, hey, it's public domain, so let's just
Make a
write
musical,
a
sure.
musical. Yeah, I mean, it worked for Little Shop of Horrors, right?
True.
So why can't it work? And that's public domain, so why not anything else, right? But yeah, Daughter of Dr. Jekyll is weird because it's like it's not Dr. Jekyll. They're talking Mr. Hyde. It's like they're talking about vampires. It's strange. I don't know. That it's confusing. That is disorienting. But
Dr. Jekyll.
Ooh, well.
Ooh, Dr.
I think
Jekyll
that
and
works.
Hyde.
Yeah, that works. Coming soon to a theater near you. Yeah, and I mean, we are, speaking of mad science, we're enjoying the mad science antics that we've seen so far in Monstrosity. We've gotten a lot of setup. I think the ground has been laid, the scene has been set, right?
Yeah, we're all ready to torture these, or I guess we just gotta pick. They just gotta pick one, right? Who's it gonna be? It's almost like The Bachelor, but for stealing somebody's brain.
Right, exactly. Yeah, if this movie was made in the 90s, it would be more like, a comedy, and it would be like, a little dark. If it was a Corman movie, maybe Corman would have, injected some humor here. The movie's taking itself seriously, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's not bad.
I hope we get a lot more of this narrator. I
Yes.
want to know exactly what's happening.
So one of the other writer-producers involved in the making of tonight's film, this was his only film. He didn't work with the other producer-writers I talked about earlier. Dean Dillman Jr. His brother, Bradford Dillman, is the narrator, and the name may not sound familiar, but we've seen Bradford Dillman on this show before, and he's been in a few science fiction and horror films. We saw him on this show in Moon of the Wolf, where he played the guy who, spoiler alert, was the wolf. So that was season like 2 or 3, so that may not be as fresh in your memory. But he is our narrator right now. He was also in Piranha, the Mephisto Waltz, which is a trailer that we've shown a few times recently, I believe. So yeah, I think we'll get more of him. I don't think he's going away. Our rich, I don't even know. She's like the true villain of the piece. So I think it's fair to call her antagonist. She's played by an actress named Marjorie Eaton, who actually originally was in the arts. She was a painter. She was a skilled painter. And she spent a lot of time in Mexico in the art community there during, I think, like the early 1900s. But then it wasn't really working out, so she branched out into acting and kind of got into it a little late. But she's been in a few other horror movies, Zombies of Moratau and Night Tide, which is a movie that we will see eventually on this show. I'm kind of saving that one. That's a little more, I don't know if I can show it on Summer of Schlock because it's a little more artistic than like unintentionally bad and schlocky, so I think I'm gonna give that movie its due. But she's in that film. She's also in Mary Poppins, but probably her most widely seen role up to the last few years is as the physical actor playing Emperor Palpatine in The Empire Strikes Back.
What?
Yeah. So in 1979, she was 78 years old, and she was wearing this heavy makeup. And
I did not know that. I didn't know Palpatine was an old lady.
Yeah, and they had a voice actor dub him.
Wow.
But in the early 2000s, George Lucas remastered the original films, so he just replaced like the Palpatine in that scene with the new Palpatine.
Okay.
The guy
I
who was
wonder,
playing him.
I
in
might
the-
have only ever seen.
So that's probably most that the younger generations have seen. They haven't seen the Marjorie Eaton Palpatine, but yes. And there's some debate. Also, the makeup artist Rick Baker, his wife, I think, also doubled kind of for the Palpatine scene. So that's like unclear, but yeah. So Hetty is the character she's playing in this film, but yeah, she played Emperor Palpatine. So a connection to the Star Wars universe. Who knew we were gonna get there?
Any Star Wars fans?
I'm sure we've got some. And we got some Corman connections. Dr. Frank, he played a detective in The Wasp Woman. And our British subject who's been kidnapped, she's an actress named Judy Bamber. And she played Alice in A Bucket of Blood, who ends up being one of Walter Paisley's sculptures. She's like taunting him, and he's like, all right, well, pose for me, and you'll get yours. And so,
that was a pretty wild movie.
Wild movie. Good horror comedy, right? That's where this movie, you know, I mean, I think we'll see maybe some kind of dry humor as we go on. But yeah, and I think Judy Bamber, that actress, also owned the cat Xerxes, who hopefully we'll see more of later. We got some good shots, but it's not enough. I want more cat action.
Yeah, did you say that this was Xerxes' only role?
Yeah, Xerxes only. Yeah, well, this was Judy Bamber's last film. One of the other actresses. This was a lot of their last movies. So, yeah, Xerxes first and last.
Yeah, let's hope Xerxes gets more screen time.
Bittersweet. Let's hope so. Anything else before we get into the exciting middle of Monstrosity, Evan?
Man, I was thinking earlier, this film's got like a lot of woman characters. Do you think we're gonna pass the Bechdel test?
I'm ignorant, Evan. Explain the Bechdel test to ignorant people like me.
Isn't that like when you have what one woman character says to another woman character about a third woman character?
I'm not familiar with that, but I'd say the chances are probably pretty high.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. In this, you know, I mean, again, it's funny that this was like written and produced by two women. You know, so that's the thing is that when I was researching this in the reviews, it kind of like some people criticized the plot for being sexist, but then other people were like, well, you know, with the involvement of Russell and Dwiggins, is it a little more like purposeful? Did they know what they were kind of doing? We'll see as we continue on. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting middle of Monstrosity right now.
Idiot. She's useless.
There is one more test I should make.
Do anything you want with her. The other two?
Perfect medical specimens.
She just says it
All
while
right,
she's
Anita.
right there. That's
Sit down,
awful.
wait for the others.
Okay, he is a dog man.
At least he's not out the window like barking.
Mrs. March,
And it was
I am
definitely
now
night,
giving you notice. I do not care to work in this house any longer.
Really light.
I demand that...
You have signed an agreement. If you have any objection, you will discuss them with the immigration authorities as provided for in your papers.
But Mrs. March...
Later. Stand up, my dear.
I got the same measurements as Marilyn Monroe.
Ha 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 ha. Brag. Yeah, Hetty's getting really picky if she's not going to take a woman with a birthmark.
The lucky girl.
Yeah?
Allow me to be the first to offer congratulations.
You're sick. You're sick.
To both of you.
For me?
So they've basically told the other two girls you're useless already. Like, you'd hope they'd be like, all right, I get the fuck out of here. Okay, xylophone, get out.
Come on. Come on.
Hold on, so Thomas is in the house. Welcome, Thomas.
Your room is in the basement, Anita. Nina, your room is upstairs, right across from the top
Drunk
of the stairs.
Review. Welcome, Drunk Review. Happy Friday. Welcome to our
I'll have to show you.
premiere of Summer of Schlock. Season 14. We're watching Monstrosity, aka the Atomic Brain. Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Oh, the DP Alfred Taylor also shot Spider Baby.
Okay.
And
I think it would be lonesome down
there's
there.
something else
Nonsense.
crazy.
You'll be all right. Go on.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space in the 80s. Alfred Taylor had a long career. But this was his first film. Monstrosity was Alfred Taylor's first film that he DP'd, and his last one was Killer Clowns. Yes, Drunk Review, it is hard to find a good print of this.
Thank you.
Took some time. I'm sure somebody will make room for you, Drunk Review. Scudo! I mean, this is a pretty modest lab, wouldn't you say?
I mean, it's still got the big chamber, but it's not. It could be more.
I don't understand why he's just letting the dog man roam around. You need to put a leash on this thing.
He lets that zombie roam around his lab.
Keeney's.
Very laissez-faire.
Who is it?
Mad scientist.
Shit. She's dead. She's dead. She's freaking dead.
Are you sure she's not in her room?
Yes. Victor left a little while ago. Maybe she went with him.
Maybe she went with
She
him.
didn't get out of this prison without permission, that's for sure.
Yes.
But you would have said goodbye. Why should she? We only met her yesterday.
Yesterday.
I don't blame her for not wanting to sleep in the basement. It's funny, though. Mrs. March wouldn't even listen
Oh, yeah,
when I
why
asked
are they
to
apologizing?
be dismissed.
You don't work here.
This house gives me the creeps. She doesn't even have any uniforms for us.
Oh, I guess
What
they're
in the world do you think you're doing?
You told us last night to clean and polish in here.
Look at your hands. That will leave a stain on them. Now, don't argue. Go in and wash them immediately. You can put the things away after Nina cleans them.
Mrs. March, where is Anita?
Anita? Oh. She left. Last night.
I would like to give
I think it
notice
just
to-
passed the test.
I will discuss it with you.
You're
Another
right.
time.
God, I wish I had some kind of button or something to press.
Woo! You want to know what's a really good way to find cuts on your hand you didn't realize you had?
How?
Cutting up lines.
Nina! Nina! Come here this instant!
Say Nina or Niner? Niner.
Come in. Do you
Come
copy?
in.
Yes, Mrs. Match?
Your name isn't Nina.
But Mrs. Match, she's got polish all over hands and I'm not doing anything.
I don't want you running up and down stairs. Those pretty legs of yours will get ugly muscles. Send Nina to me.
Keep
Yes,
your legs
ma'am.
nice and flabby.
I'll be in my
You might as well just put her in a plastic bubble so she doesn't, so she keeps for the surgery. Jeez Louise.
Bee, come with me.
Snooping around, that's
I want to show you
you're only
something.
gonna get into nothing but trouble.
Anita wouldn't leave without taking her clothes.
I think we'd better get out of here, fast.
Bee, I'd hate to go if she's still here.
You go now if you go with me.
With my?
My? Jenny.
Sure she's not like Australian?
Just a really terrible British accent.
This hinge is loose. Help me.
Is that like a cat shadow on the wall? You see that?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Hey, Xerxes.
Xerxes just hanging out in the lab with the dog, taking in those atomic rays.
Xerxes, how'd you get in here?
Look at that very real brick behind him. Does not look real.
It's like see the sea.
Right? Okay, I want to
One
make
last
sure I wasn't
experiment
crazy.
before Dr. Frank would be
Oh, he's
ready.
back.
But this was the most critical of all the experiments. For the first time, the grafting operation would be performed on a living human body, and the brain would come from the doctor's favorite cat.
What?
What? Xerxes?
Why?
Ready.
You couldn't find another cat?
What is the point of putting a cat, an animal brain in a human body? I do not get this logic. Let's save this discourse. We're gonna touch on it during the break.
We'll
not
talk
done.
about it later. Just think about it.
Not done with this.
What about
Everybody-
your clothes?
Yeah,
Everybody in
get
the chat,
collect your
please.
thoughts on this, chat.
Never
We're
mind,
gonna
let's
talk about it at the break.
What is this man's motivation for doing this?
Yeah, JK, maybe she's trying to do like a Cockney, but it's already not even a good British accent, so it's just really thin.
Bee, she almost saw us. Let's wait a while to make sure we won't run into her.
Okay, music. This is not a cartoon.
It feels like a cartoon.
So Gene Cower did the music for this, and some of it may be stock, but I think a lot of it is him. He also did the music for Beast of Yucca Flats, and the Faces of Death series later on. Science. All this snooping around is not going to be good for their muscles.
Get that ugly toned core.
You better get caught. You're not running fast enough. Well, maybe you are. She is walking with a cane.
B. B.
She's saying V for Victor. What the hell?
What?
Is she fucking, like, does she have telekinetic powers? What the fuck? Is this like the brain that wouldn't die? That was fucking nuts. Okay.
B.
She broke out.
B. Where are you? Answer me.
So many stairs.
I'm here, Mrs. March. She's locked us in. Open it. I said open it. Mrs. March.
Dang, the house looks completely different during the day. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, what did they think they were signing up for? I don't think I'm clear on
Victor!
that.
Yeah, me neither. Like, why did they come here to begin with?
Just newly arrived to California, no place to live,
Well, you took long
no money.
The lawyer will see you in the morning. I told him you were going to change your will.
Because they just here for work? Is that just the whole thing?
Yeah.
You'll have to check the basement door. It broke loose.
She hasn't been put through the goo yet.
You failed.
Do you think that hamster had a human brain?
Hell yeah, dude.
She thinks she's a cat.
No way.
Nice, kitty.
Why? So fucked up. Because of course, you know, same vocal cords.
Well, I see you still resent the way Mrs. Marsh treats you.
We were just talking about
I can't
this.
say
We were
that I
with
blame you.
friends.
Kitty's always been
Do
very
you know
fond
what?
of me.
Remember
Don't
which
you?
one?
I'll
give you a
All
hint.
the instincts of a cat.
Watch.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
three or
talk
four?
more about that at the break. That was 4, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Evan. Did you use more egg whites this time?
I did.
Very nice. It's good. Ugh.
She ate it.
She's a cat. So wait, so now Xerxes' brain is in that girl's body, right? And
yes.
Is her brain in Xerxes' body? Let's just say yes. Let's not forget about this. Let's forget about the size of a human brain compared to the skull of a cat. Let's pretend it'll fit.
Is that Anita?
Where? Oh, I don't think so.
What is this music? Oh no.
Look out!
Somebody help her.
Is this really the favorite music?
No.
Back, Hans. Back.
It's too late. Oh God.
Hans. Hans.
Yes, God, jolly. That's the one. Now you're gonna chain him up. So in some scenes, the dog man's being played by Academy Award-winning film preservationist.
They know Hans is outside there.
He won the Academy Award like 10 years before this, or was awarded a special Academy Award because he restored or preserved some of the earliest known films.
Even if we could get past
some
that creature
special
outside,
technique.
there's still the electric fence. The phone's dead. Can't get help that way. If we could get the car... That's it. Victor! Victor! He likes me, I guess.
He likes me.
If you could get the keys from him...
Hey. I was having a little nightcap.
Who do you think you are, pinching me?
May.
Maybe you like some company. Someone like me?
Someone like Mai.
It's more like it. Don't you like me, Victor?
Oh.
Wait.
Did she get it?
Got him chained up in the yard.
Hans is chained. Let's go outside.
Outside? I think I'd like that.
And that is going to take us to our second break.
Gosh.
Right? It's a
So
short
quick.
movie, right?
Yeah.
It's like the pace has been very solid and it's been keeping our interest, that the breaks kind of sneak up on us because you're like, it's breezing by. It does not feel like as long as some other movies that we've had that are only like a little over an hour and they feel like they're dragging on. But we are 2/3 of the way through Monstrosity. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
So this movie is moving so quick. I'm almost afraid I like missed a little bit while I was mixing up the second snot rocket.
You really
did anybody die? Did the third girl, did she die?
She got she answered her door and screamed. You saw the scream.
Yeah.
And then she got the brain of the cat.
Oh, okay.
And then we saw the zombie girl just got, I think, killed by the dog man. I feel like I'm talking about like an absurd movie when I'm like trying to describe this. It doesn't even sound. It sounds ridiculous, but I mean it's a very interesting like plot, you know? I mean, obviously, if you're gonna do a mad scientist movie and you're gonna go the route of brain transplants, that's kind of like, you know, that's like an established horror movie plot device, wouldn't you say?
It is. I mean, you know, even back to, you know, the first film, Frankenstein.
And you're 100% right about that. And that's what we're going to get into right now is kind of the history of the brain transplant trope in horror movies, because you're right, really the first one to do it is the original Frankenstein from 1931, because obviously there's the whole big deal about the normal brain and the abnormal brain, and Fritz accidentally takes the abnormal one and results
abnormal. That means it's better, right?
Right. It's above normal. Abnormal. Above. So, you know, obviously that kind of is used as a whole excuse for why everything goes wrong, is because of the brain that was used. But the original novel Frankenstein says nothing about the brain. There's no
brain.
That has nothing to do with it. The themes in the novel are so much deeper than that, but the movie kind of reduces it to he used a bad brain. And so a lot of that's, you know, when people are assigned, when kids are assigned to read Frankenstein in school and they don't actually read the book, that's what they, you know, will write about is his brain stuff. And it originates from the movie. It originates from the original movie. So Evan, you're spot on about that. So it's really, you can track it through the Frankenstein movies. So Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, they don't really bother with brain transplant talk. The next one to do it, which Evan realized earlier, was The Ghost of Frankenstein, which, as you can see, I got my Ghost of Frankenstein shirt on. Got this from Future Monsters. This is like one of the first ones I got. I love this shirt. But I love that movie because the brain transplant stuff is insane. Like, I don't think it's a spoiler to say. I'm sure, hopefully most of you have seen it, but you know, the monster himself wants the body of a child, or the brain of a child. Igor wants his brain put in the monster's body. It's a whole, like, it's all about the brain stuff, right? The monster can have a new brain, and Dr. Frankenstein wants to put his friend's brain in the body of the monster, right? Like, that movie's all kind of like really introduced the whole brain transplant thing as being pivotal. Although Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, which was the next one, didn't really, didn't really touch on the brain transplant stuff as much. But then House of Frankenstein goes back to it hard. The opening scene of that is Boris Karloff, who plays a mad scientist, talking about putting the brain of a man into the body of a dog. And that's where I think this trope comes from, of like human and animal brains being transplanted. But it's like, but why? What is the brain? When Karloff says the line in the movie, it sounds absurd. It's like, but he's like, by putting the brain of a man into a dog. He's just rattling it off like he's teaching a lesson, and it's amazing. But it's, even as a kid, I was just like, why? I don't get why you're doing these why are
It's
you using
science. We
animals?
just wanna
There's
see
no
what
practical reason behind this. But it comes up in this movie, right? Like, this movie is clearly drawing from Frankenstein tropes. And there's a special Frankenstein connection I'll tell you about after the break. But yeah, and so usually with a Frankenstein movie, you know, you'd get that. House of Dracula, I don't think is as much in on the brain stuff. Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein is very much back to the give the monster a different brain plot. But you know, we're in our summer of schlock. I thought about showing some of those trailers, but I was like, you know what? Let's show some schlocky horror movie trailers that deal with brain transplants. So representing the Frankenstein contingent is a trailer for Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter, which was our third episode.
Yeah, are you allowed to show this trailer?
I'm allowed to show the trailer, yes. The movie, I'm glad that our version of it is still up on YouTube because it is heavily policed by the people who are claiming the rights. But I was able to go through the system and get our episode through, but I wouldn't dare add it to a Saturday Night Shocker because they wouldn't. If we're not doing commentary, it probably wouldn't get through. So I'd love to show it again because it's definitely public domain, but can't show it, but we can show the trailer. The second is it's a movie I haven't seen, but it's from a filmmaker a schlock filmmaker that I admire, Al Adamson, and the movie is Brain of Blood. And so it's about some brain transplant. It looks like just kind of a more updated version of the brain that wouldn't die. Like if it was just about that monster that is in the closet. Yeah. But it just got some grisly brain shots, and it's a very cheesy 70s trailer with an over-the-top narrator. So it's a very schlocky, fun trailer. I mean, yeah, Frankenstein movies, just other mad scientist movies will use brain transplants, brain surgeries as a plot device. And I guess a lot can go wrong when you're poking around in the human brain, right? You're not getting away unscathed when somebody's got a scalpel rooting around in there. So what are you gonna do? But we're gonna enjoy these trailers for Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter and Brain of Blood. And then when we come back, we're gonna get into the exciting conclusion of Monstrosity. So stick around, we'll be right back.
Jesse! You haven't got a chance!
We hold the secret of life.
He wanted to save a friend. She wanted a world of obedient killer zombies.
Jesse James will kill us for what you are doing.
Jesse James will be caught and hanged in Shelby.
Her fiendish Frankenstein monster stalks the West's most fearless outlaw.
Save your strength, Jesse James. You will need it.
Distort the human mind. One way is to remove the brain itself and control it. It's a fiendish spectacle of shocking surgery as new life is given to a man already dead, a creature created in an operation of horror. Can man control his most fiendish impulses to destroy? See, brain of blood for the shocking answer. His body returned to its grave, but the brain was gone, living on in a madman's skull. Deep in the doctor's chamber of horrors, living victims supplied the serum for his experiments. So fantastic and unbelievable that you'll have to watch every moment of Brain of Blood to see for yourself. A monster with the mind of a madman seeks vengeance. His body died. His brain was saved for the most unholy experiments. The brain of a dead man lives in a creature of horror.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter and Brain of Blood. I wish I could not get as enthusiastic as that narrator. I wish.
He was killing.
He wasn't he? I mean, seriously, that man was off the charts.
It sounded like he was like frothing at the mouth at one point.
He was. I mean, he was putting his boot into it for sure. I really, really wish that there were Al Adamson movies in the public domain, but there are none. I mean, we think of Roger Corman as being this kind of exploitation filmmaker, really, like in terms of making his own movies in the 50s and 60s, but like Adamson was this guy in the 70s who was just making these even lower than Roger Corman level movies, and unfortunately he met a sad end later in his career. He was murdered basically. Yeah, and there's a whole documentary about it, because and you'll see his story kind of dramatized on true crime shows like Killed by My Contractor. Not exactly that, but
like the guy like doing your drywall.
Yeah, he had a contractor that was like fixing up properties, but the contractor was stealing from him. And then when he was gonna like let the contractor go, the contractor killed him.
Jeez, that's dramatic.
Yeah, and then like buried him under his jacuzzi.
What the hell?
And then it was
What kind of mystery novel did this come out of?
Right. Well, and that's the whole joke that was made. Well, Al Adamson, he made these horror movies and he met a grisly end. And,
he ended up in one.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's the like connection that people like to play around with. But, it's a sad end. But there's a great documentary. I think it's on Tubi about Al Adamson. You can look it up. But none of his movies public domain. But yes, as you can see, brain transplants clearly are a driving force behind certain mad scientists movies. You know, a pivotal plot device to take advantage of. I don't think we had any brain transplant movies in a while. I don't think so.
Not off the top of the, not off the dome.
No. All right, Evan, we're gonna have to take your brain out now.
Yeah, not any fresh memory.
Yes, and none with a cat, right? I mean, hey, loving
Cat
that
brain.
cat. You know, we have our own Xerxes.
Xerxes the Wonder Cat. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. As you can see, our own wonderful Xerxes.
We've definitely used this.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we just
it's a real cat.
You gotta feel like a supervillain sometimes. You know, you gotta feel like the ultimate big bad wizard or warlock with, you know, your black cat. You know, just resting in your hands. Look at Evan looking all nefarious. That's what it's for. But you know, now a woman has a cat's brain, a cat has a woman's brain.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
How many women
here
are
right
we
now.
down to now? Where do we have
two.
Two unaffected.
Two that are fine and two that are
not okay. We'll see who's gonna make it out.
Well, Evan, let's not forget about Chekhov's button.
Nobody's making it.
Nobody may make it out. Who knows? That's the fun. Anything else before we get into the exciting conclusion of Monstrosity, Evan?
Do you think like being a villain has like a positive effect on your blood pressure? Because like you're like always like petting a cat.
Yes. Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
Good for your stress level.
Yeah, when you're managing the weight of being a supervillain, you need to be finding ways to self-soothe.
That's why they do it, right? Like the cat serves a purpose. It's stressful. It's stressful being the boss.
Makes sense to me.
Think about it.
On that note, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of Monstrosity, aka the Atomic Brain, right now. Oh, we're sneaking out, and it's definitely night.
Was that a bat?
I guess the music's getting a little more appropriate.
Victor! Victor!
So dumb to be wandering around. It's nighttime.
Peter,
Up on the roof like a cat.
what are you doing up there?
Oh no.
Anita, what's the matter with you?
Oh God.
Don't you know me? Anita, listen to me. It's...
Cricket brain, yeah. The ultimate challenge. Got the dog chained up out back, got the cat crawling around the pergola.
Cat's on the roof now.
Anita. Stay right there. Don't move. I'm coming.
She gonna try to land on all fours. She gonna jump. Dang music.
How energetic.
Whoa. Fuck that, dude. Ugh. You know me, I hate heights.
Anita.
I don't think Anita's getting off this roof alive.
Anita, let me help you.
Oh no.
Anita, wait. Take my
yeah,
hand.
Joe. Oh, that's a cool shot. Hell yeah.
Anita. Anita.
Fell off the roof.
Shouldn't have claws.
She's still got 8 more lives, though.
Astonishingly complex, isn't it? The human eye.
Uh-oh.
Take her eye out?
I think.
Why?
Because it
She's
got
unconscious,
scratched.
But she'll live.
No.
She will live.
How Anita won't. She's dead.
Anita scratched her eye out.
I thought that dead team was
Nina, dear, come along with us now. You've had a bad shock.
Get out of here, both of you. You say you would be. Why don't you do something for her?
I've done what I can for now. Later, an operation might be possible. I'm preserving the eye. Let me show you. Come over here.
Preserve the eye?
Check this out.
The cellular structure is being kept alive by these
So
electrical
this
vibrations.
is some Kenneth Strickfad
I use
lab
the same
equipment.
principle in keeping that
The guy
hand
that
alive.
did the Frankenstein lab equipment. He would
She
supply
is a very lucky girl.
some of his stuff for low budget
think
mad
that ironical?
scientist movies.
Let me
Some of Al
explain.
Adamson's stuff.
I'm the only man alive today capable of restoring your friend's sight. Dr. Alexis Carrel, who pioneered the transplanting of vital human organs, kept a portion of an animal's heart alive for many years. For this, he received the Nobel Prize. And I, who have so far surpassed his efforts.
Surely you don't want to compare yourself with Dr. Carrel. He was humane.
I, too, fight to preserve life and to find the means to improve the lives of future generations. Your viewpoint is that narrow, ignorant one, held by the medical society today, which forces me to work in a place like this, to give in to the whims of a foolish old woman, because she can supply me with the funds I need to continue my work.
You're going to be all right. Nina? Yes, please. I can't see.
It's
What?
me, oi.
Something happened. Don't think about it now. Listen to me, Bee. Are you listening? This is important. Yes. We must be ready if a chance comes.
I remember now. It was Anita.
She... Oh, my eye!
Better leave. Give this chance to take effect. I'm a doctor. I'll take care of her.
I'm sure you will take excellent care of her until your plans call for something else. Or am I to be the next one, Doctor?
You're just gonna leave it at that? Called him out? Oh, I guess that scene ended with no conflict.
There.
Got all the clothes?
Yes,
And made my hair appointment?
I took care of everything on your list while you were talking with the lawyer. Hair appointment Monday, 10 a.m. Charles of the Ritz, under Nina's name.
Oh, no.
I'll want Nina to model these later, after I've rested. You tell her.
They're back. I'll have to leave you now. Remember, I'm going to try to get us out of here tonight.
No. Forget about me. I won't go.
Bea, don't talk like that.
Mrs. March had not realized her new body had such a satisfactory shape.
Hey, long
Perhaps
time
not
no
as
hear
spectacular as the
from
English girl, but
narrator.
in excellent taste. She couldn't help being amused. The stupid girl was not only modeling Mrs. March's future wardrobe, but Mrs. March's future body. So firm, so nicely rounded in places man-like.
What kind of film is this?
You might have knocked when you came in, Victor.
I'm sorry. Don't stop your style show on my account.
Yeah.
Does my aged Lochinvar disturb you?
Betty, that's unkind.
Shut up. You see, it's hard for a vain, stupid man to realize that he holds no attraction for a lovely young girl. You're not needed now, Victor. Close the door quietly when you go out.
I'm not going to be needed at all. That's what you're saying, isn't it? After tomorrow, when...
Victor! That's enough! Get out!
That's the way it's
She's gonna
going to be
dump
when
him
what?
when she gets her new body. Smart. She didn't need this creep.
Don't ask tiresome questions. That will be enough for tonight. I want us both to get some rest.
I'm gonna
Try
take
to
care of
sleep.
us. Don't worry.
Mrs. March.
That's an order. Do as I say.
Run.
You're not looking for me, are you? Why would a pretty young girl want to be around an old man?
Hammered.
What did you try to tell Mrs. March?
So that's what you plan to do. Get rid of old Victor once you get all that money. The only thing is, of course, it won't really be you.
Victor, please tell me. Try to make sense.
I am telling you. Tomorrow you'll be one of the richest women in the world. Here's a press release. It's in the mails now. To all the major news syndicates.
Orphan girl, sole heir to March millions. Nina Rhodes has a lucky star. I don't understand.
The next press release will be March Mansion destroyed by fire. Cinderella girl, Nina Rhodes, sole survivor. Only it won't be you. It's a pity, too. You're nice the way you are.
Please don't let it happen. You could help me and V get away.
When you're a rich woman, you wouldn't forget an old friend. A friend who'd saved your life, would you? Get out of the car and stay there.
Victor, V too. V must come too.
Wait a minute. Just to make sure.
Make sure what? There's no way I'm reading that.
Sign this. Hurry.
Why is she sneaking around like that? It's her house. This music is all over the place.
I don't hate it, but it definitely feels like
oh shit. Damn.
V, you've got to come with me.
No, I won't go. Why should I want to go on living like this?
I'll get Victor to help me, and we will carry you.
You're in for a rude awakening. Oh, jeez.
Want something from Victor, dear? Sit down, my dear. I'm afraid you're wearing yourself out with all this rushing round. I don't like that.
You realize she's mad, don't you, Dr. Frank?
Relax.
Hurry, Doctor.
Uh-oh.
I'll be ready for you shortly, Mrs. March.
Yep.
I'll be waiting.
Here we go.
Finally about to happen. You don't know what it's been like for me, living with this ugly body of mine. Knowing that any attention I received was not for me, but my money. Well, nobody got any of it. I've never known what it was like to be loved for myself alone.
Brutal.
Why did you kill Victor, Mrs. March?
Victor? Victor was a fool. I'm a practical woman, Dr. Frank. A business woman.
I've never been a very practical person. I suppose that makes me a fool, too, in your eyes.
Of course not.
Relax, Mrs.
Clearly, he's not a very practical doctor. Could you imagine a doctor just... Yeah, I'm not very practical either.
Well, he's out here putting, like, cat brains in people's heads, so I don't know how practical
There's no
that is.
practicality involved. Oh, shit. The fuck? Uh-oh. What are you up to, Dr. Frank?
Waking up, are you? Good. I want to talk to you. You signed a paper making Vicky your legal guardian. That's right, isn't it?
I did sign something, didn't I?
Well, it would probably work as well for me. We could stay here. None of this would have to be destroyed. You're doing better, aren't you? Why don't you try it on your own? I wonder now if Mrs. March didn't intend blowing me up, along with all the rest of this.
Of course she did.
You're a very wealthy woman now, Nina. What I must decide is how to keep you and your funds available with the least amount of nuisance to myself. I could keep you under sedation until your signature was required. Or I could replace your brain with one more amenable.
What about Mrs. March, Doctor?
Mrs. March no longer has a thing to say. Do you, my dear? Completely recovered, I'd say. How do you feel?
He put Mrs. March's brain in the
into
cat?
the cat?
No
Wow.
way. I guess she had a pea-sized brain.
It won't hurt.
Dr. Frank had enjoyed this transplantation. Mrs. March's brain winding up in the body of a cat.
Gotta explain that. We need
Poetic
narrator.
justice to think of autocratic Mrs. March scavenging in back alley garbage cans for her dinner. But Mrs. March doesn't take things lying down.
Uh-oh. Nice. Damn you. Just stay in bed. Dang, he didn't make it. I guess he didn't build up an immunity that he should have not worn the suit.
Everybody should never wear PPE if you're allowed.
Yeah, you gotta build up an immunity if you're gonna work with this stuff. Oh, I gotta get an eye. Oh, what? That's that live equipment's Frankenstein for sure. Get the fuck out. What? She's still chained up? Yeah. Oh no, Mrs. March, she got out. Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
Mrs. March did not intend to let her money get out of sight. She would follow that girl.
Yes.
Sometime, some place, revenge would come.
If it's only a model, it's good. You know, they're just flashing to try to make the fire. Isn't that how Good Against Evil ended? By zooming in on the cat? Oh, man. 2025, year of the black cat, apparently, here on the Scream Show. My goodness. Well, we got all the way through it. We didn't get interrupted by YouTube. Don't you love that? What a film we just got. My goodness. Yeah, it was a cat zoom in and then back out. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I knew what that was. It's music, man. And that
Can
was
death be outwitted? Is the secret of eternity?
Monstrosity, our Summer of Schlock season premiere. What did we think, Evan?
Definitely a fun schlocky movie. The narrator, the music, there's so like these weird little elements to it. But you know, it was fun. It was fun. I don't know that I like. I mean, I guess we kind of saw the, you know, the self-destruct happening, but putting the, you know, the lady's brain into the cat.
Yeah,
I didn't really see that.
You didn't see that. Was it a good surprise or a bad surprise?
I mean, I liked it. I think that's. I mean, she kind of ended up with the last laugh, I guess, but.
She did. I mean, well, and it was funny that the narrator made the note that she was going to keep following the girl around because she wasn't going to let her money get away, because that was what was going through my mind right before the narrator started talking, which made me be like, "God, narrator, I will fill in the blanks. You don't need to do it for me. I can tell where you're going to go with this. She's not going to stop following this girl around. She's going to get her money. Even though she's in a cat form, she's going to figure out some way to get all the money, even as a cat." Now,
what does a cat need money for?
I want to see that movie. We need to make Monstrosity 2, okay? That's what we need.
Okay.
And we need to see this cat.
Starring Xerxes.
Xerxes 2 getting his money back. Getting her money back, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty cheesy movie, you know. I mean, I think there were some threads that I wish that they would have, you know. I mean, what's going on with the Wolfman? I mean, is he just chained up there? Dogman, sorry, is he just gonna?
Did the house burning have no effect on him?
I don't know. Like, I guess he could have gotten burned up. It's possible, but it just seemed weird to kind of leave that thread hanging, you know.
Yeah.
But
it did feel like the ending. I mean, the whole movie was pretty quick, but the ending, it wrapped up. Like it kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah, and I think, you know, again, this movie was shot mostly in 1960. It didn't come out till 1963. They, at some point during the original production, ran out of money. And it was originally budgeted at $25,000, and it ended up costing $40,000. So I think that they... the bulk of the footage was shot in 10 days, and then they ran out of money, so it took them about another 2, you know, years and some change to complete the film. And I think that they, you know, they mostly shot sequentially originally, so it was just the ending that they had to shoot, and so I think that's why it feels rushed, is because it was kind of
because it was
exactly because after the fact, like they like had to stop production and then pick it up later, so you're just kind of all right, whatever's gonna wrap this story up, let's right, let's get it in, let's get it done. So but I think that it had some interesting touches, some artistic flair in certain spots. There
were certain shots that, made us go, oh wow, that looks really good.
Right. And this was a solid print. I think this print may come from the restoration that was done through a Kickstarter campaign in 2015, 2016 by Ben Solovey, who was the same guy who restored Manos, which was, again, that was our first Summer of Schlock premiere film. And that, we showed the very good, pristine copy that came out of that restoration. So we appreciated having a good copy of this tonight, because there's a lot of, it's easy to discount some of these older movies when you're watching a bad print and think, oh, this is really cheap, this is really like not well, but like when you have a good quality print like we had tonight, you're like, okay, I could see a good shot here, a interesting shot there.
I can give this more of a chance.
You're 100% right. I think a lot of people can kind of go ahead and count a movie out if it looks all wonky,
if it's got those ugly muscles.
Ugly muscles. Yeah, I mean, I think that it was a pretty solid like rewatch for me. Again, I didn't really pay attention the first few times that I pressed play on it, but I definitely again, and that print on that DVD was not a good print, so being able to see a good quality print, it helps you like appreciate things about movies that other people say, oh, this sucks. That's what the show is all about. But yeah, that was Monstrosity, another mad scientist film to add to the backlog that we show on our Saturday Night Shockers, which not one of those tomorrow. So definitely check that out. Seaside Scares. We're good. Again, it's Summer of Schlock. We're celebrating summer. This was a great way to kick off Summer of Schlock. Schlocky movie, delicious schlock tale. So kudos to Evan. It was very good.
We're gonna keep them coming.
Yes, and Evan, he's getting wild and crazy. I mean, this, again, I told him this one was unhinged, but it actually was very delicious. It was very good.
Thank you.
So we're looking forward to the rest of the schlock tales for the Summer of Schlock Strikes Back. They're gonna be delicious. But we're gonna be keeping it going next week with one of the first Roger Corman directed films that we've had in a long time. Like, I can't really tell you the last time we've had a Roger Corman directed movie. But next week's film is an action adventure film entitled She Gods of Shark Reef.
Okay, oh boy.
And yeah, doesn't that sound exciting?
That definitely sounds like a Corman movie.
It was shot in color, filmed on location in Hawaii, I think. I'll have all the facts for you next week. But it's about a shark worshipping cult of women. Sounds fun. Sounds exciting.
Sounds like summer.
Again, yeah, exactly. Sounds like summer. if I can find a way to mix in a Corman film, and especially if there's a water-related aspect of the plot, then it's perfect for summer. This was a movie I didn't really have on my radar. And then I found out about it. It's like, okay, well, it's not like completely horror, but you know, it's styled more as an action adventure film, but the cult of shark worshipping women, you know, that takes a box. And it was on a double bill with Night of the Blood Beast, which we watched a while back. So it was advertised as a horror double bill. So I think it's gonna be a perfect fit for this show, perfect fit for this summer of schlock. So really looking forward to She Gods of Shark Reef next week. So again, it's been a lot of fun tonight, kicking off season 14 with everybody.
Yeah, so glad everybody's hanging out, having a good time.
Sears, Alana, Scott, Kathy, James, I saw you popped in here. Hope you've been doing well. Of course, I know we had Drunk Review, JK, Mof, Joe Cola, Thomas, of course. I'm scrolling through to make sure I get everybody. Sally, and
Say Toast.
Toast. Thank you, Evan. Toast, of course. And if I missed anybody else, I think that's everybody. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. No, I've missed people. Ty, I know, I'm sorry, I've missed other people. I try to get everybody. But you know, you can yell at me in the chat about that, and I'll make sure I remember next time. But really appreciate everybody tuning in. Of course, you can always reach out to us over at email at screamstreamshow@gmail.com if you've got any movie suggestions or any you know, any kind of fun horror related things that you want to let us know about. We're always here to kind of share what's going on with the crew. We really appreciate everybody tuning in, and with the community that we've got going here with our Scream streamers. So we're gonna you know, you guys got anything interesting going on, please let us know over at our email. And yeah, we're just looking forward to another fun summer of schlock. Yeah, it's been a great way to kick off the season. So anything else before we sign off tonight?
So, you know, we were talking about trying to fit the human brain in the cat, but we didn't really talk about the logistics of fitting the cat brain in the human.
Yeah.
Do you think he had to, like, secure it in place?
Yeah,
somehow?
how are you going to connect those, the brain
really
stem?
Stretch out those neurons. They're
right.
stretched tight like a rubber band.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got some kind of system, right?
That's why she fell off the roof. She, her brain's rattling around in her head. She can't keep her balance.
Love it. Love it. Thanks, everybody, so much for tuning in for the season 14 premiere tonight. Enjoy your weekend. Drunk Review. Yep, Drunk Review's going to have movies going on all weekend, so check them out. And, you know, all friends of our show, Spectral Seamstress. You know, if you've got something you want us to, you know, let our audience know about, let us know. We're always happy to share the love. So, everybody enjoy your weekend. And until next week, sweet screams, everybody.
And to all, a good fright.
Where is the end credits? They are right. Oh, I can't find them on that. They're right. Yeah, just keep waving, Evan.
Bye.
Just keep waving.
Bye, everybody.
And
bye.